What is up, fellas? Today is March 24th, 2026. Today was a Tuesday, and today I took this banger short on NQ, making me about $3,300. You can see my position on screen right there. I will also put my P&L on screen at some point in this video. I don't know if it's going to be right now, but if it is, you can see that there. But overall, I had a clean, very obvious bearish daily bias, which I will put on screen now so you can read, but I will also walk you through it in live time, what I was looking at on the charts to determine that bias. And it, quite honestly, everything I wanted to see today played out perfectly. We had a great short. We had another great continuation short. And then after that, that was my daily objective. And now you can see we're just kind of chopping around. So overall, I felt we had pretty clean price action. But let me just go on bar replay and we'll go over an entire trade recap of this position I took. So coming into this morning on the hourly time frame, one thing that was super obvious, I'll remove all my drawings here, was this hourly inversion. So I noticed overnight we had inversed this 1 hour fair value gap. Not overnight, in pre-market. We had just inversed this hourly fair value gap. And after doing that, I noticed we had left this low inside of this massive news result of a fair value gap. And I thought this was really obvious sell side. A low inside a fair value gap, always good draws, always obvious. We're in a clear downtrend. And I felt if we inverse this, we should look for continuation shorts. So dropping time frames a little bit more now on the 15-minute time frame, you can see we basically inversed every gap in this leg. Had really obvious draws below, and we actually edged them coming into pre-market. We came down really close to them, and I thought they just were going to get hit on market open. But another thing I want you guys to take note of, which is what I called out to my Discord in live time when I was live for pre-market, was we opened up this 15-minute fair value gap above, which was an unfilled fair value gap. So when we have an unfilled fair value gap like this and we're coming towards an obvious draw, a lot of the time people will like enter short somewhere in here and they'll get stop rated because price commonly wants to retrace back towards these 15-minute gaps. And I know this. So any short entry that I saw in here, I faded. Like, I did not like that with this 15-minute above. Like, there was a 30-second up here that I faded because I didn't like, because I knew we had that 15-minute. I could very easily get stop rated. But had this 15-minute above, and one other thing we had were these relative equal highs above. We had relative equal highs resting right at the bottom of this 15-minute. So it's literally against my rules to take a short with these above. I wanted to see these get hit and us get a short. That was my dream scenario. I literally did this. Dream scenario. If we don't get that, I will just wait for these lows to get hit and then possibly take a long. But this was what I wanted to see. So that was all I really had coming into market open. We had this 5-minute condition above, which would basically determine if we wanted to go up or down off market open. But obviously, this was going to line up almost perfectly with the market open candle. And if I let market open play out here, you'll see it's not like we inverse his 5-minute to get a long towards this draw. Like, no, that didn't happen. We literally market opened and we immediately took this high and this 15-minute fair value gap. We filled it in. So knowing we just wicked up off market open, this is a manipulation leg. A bunch of people are going to be like, oh, got a long, got a long. They're going to get stopped out because this was the market manipulating to fill liquidity and fill orders to send price to my draw lower, which is a super obvious low. And after we did this, we hit this high. One thing I noticed is on the 30-second chart on the way up here, we had formed this 30-second fair value gap. So I'm like, hell yeah. If this gets inversed, I want to take my typical 930 swing, Judas inversion short. We're rejecting out of a high time frame gap, swept liquidity, obvious draw below. I thought this was a super obvious trade. I take this all the time. Would have got me about 1.8 R, which is really good. But we had one problem. On the 2-minute chart, you will also notice we opened up a 2-minute fair value gap, which was the highest time frame fair value gap in the leg. So after I saw this 2-minute fair value gap form, I knew that we would probably inverse this, but not give us a good entry to go low, because I knew we'd probably end up closing down here. It wasn't going to be clean. It wasn't going to be good. So I was telling the server, and I was personally stating that I'm willing to enter off of an inversion of this 30-second fair value gap. So let price mess around and do its thing, and then randomly I saw this bang dump of a candle through this 30-second gap, and I'm like, okay, I want to get into shorts here. I want to get into shorts, but I know this 2 minutes also about to close. I was really conflicted on what to do, and I wanted to get in short, but I obviously wanted to wait for the highest time frame gap, knowing I could possibly miss the trade. So I didn't enter here just yet. I was waiting. You saw my executions on screen before, and I'll put them back on screen after this. But got a little bit of a retracement. We started making a move lower, and once we started making this move down, and we traded to about here, I knew if we hit this internal low, which was going to be my break-even point for this trade, I knew it was going to be invalid. So I knew we were coming towards it. Super obvious draw. I want to get in. We have that momentum. So what I did was I placed limit orders right here, the exact entry that would have been the perfect close in the 2-minute. I placed limit orders right here to fill me in to go short. So I just was waiting, going to get tapped in there, And if I got tapped in and then we didn't close below the 2-minute, I was going to close my position. But if I could get tapped in, then we still close below the 2-minute, it just would give me a good entry to still get in the trade and be able to let it ride. So set limit orders there, and my take profits for this trade were going to be, one, the 30-second wick, which was my break-even point, this low right here, and then my third take profit was going to be this low from all the way back there, which was the hourly low lining up with the hourly fair value gap. Those are my 3 take profits. I was going to take 1 contract off at each of these draws because I felt they were all very strong draws, and I will let this play out now. You can see how it worked, but clearly we came up literally perfectly, wicked me in, and ran to all of my take profits. Great trade. Can't beat that. Obviously, I didn't make this much. I made about $3,300 because I got fully out at this low and scaled on the way down, but overall, super textbook setup. Couldn't beat it. Just had to have that discretion, know we're going to have the momentum and we might not get a good close, hence why I used limit orders, which was actually very uncommon for me. Now, there was another trade I saw after we made this move, which I very much liked, was just a little continuation play. I noticed we had made another unfilled fair value gap above, which was this 5-minute. Made this unfilled 5-minute above, commonly get traded back to, same thesis as the 15-minute before. Me, of course, I was done for the day. I wasn't looking to take anything else, but I wanted to see us trade back to this 5-minute. For anyone who's still looking to take trades, definitely felt this fit the model. Traded back up immediately after taking our draw, and we wicked into this 5-minute fair value gap on this candle right here. After doing this, literally exact same setup as before. 30-second fair value gap was formed on the way up. I was looking for a continuation short off of this 5-minute if it were to present itself and still be decently ranked within my ranking guide, and it met the confluences. Rejection out of a high time frame gap. We have a good draw below. Immediate V-shape inversion is what I was looking for, and we got the inversion here. Another possible trade you could have taken was an entry off of this 30-second, targeting this low down here. Almost 1 to 2 risk to reward. Take profit 1 and break even at this internal low. Same idea as the first trade. You get the gist. After that, honestly, I didn't feel that much else happened that was super obvious with the session. I know some people wanted longs off this level. I personally didn't really see it. We traded up, just traded down, and now we are currently chopping around somewhere over here in live time. But 5-minute chart, we had a couple 5-minute gaps to worry about. We have one down here. We had one above. That's just nothing I really wanted to see. I felt we took the daily objective, and that was quite honestly all I really wanted to see today. Now we're just kind of range bound over here, and after we took the daily objective and then got a nice little continuation play, I mean, be done for the day. You got your piece of the pie, you got what you needed, and you get off. This is how you protect your capital. So overall, very clean trading day. I didn't have any problems with price action. I haven't traded in such a long time. It felt good to get back on the charts and at least catch something, knowing that I was on the charts since literally 8:30 a.m. this morning, building my daily bias, and I felt it played out perfectly, and we executed the best that we could for what presented itself. So that is all I had for today. But as for always, free Discord. There's going to be a link in the description. I live trade in my Discord every single day for free. There are tons of PDFs for you to save. Model breakdown PDF, ranking IFVG's PDF, one of the most best resources you can physically have if you want to learn how to trade my model, and community of like-minded people like yourself who are looking to start trading how I do every single day. So get in there, connect with the people, learn my model, and start applying this for yourself, and I hope to see you in the lives every single day. So I will catch you all in the next trade recap.